Hey y'all, got two awesome bourbons from a hard-to-say distillery in Louisville. Coming right at you. All right, welcome back. Well, it's a little hard to hear me, but so Brooke Sedgwick Stone finally made something that would cover my mouth.
Took a lot.
It took a lot. Thank you, Brooke, and all that you do for the custom lifestyle real estate mask with my name on it, so I never forget.
Well, she made that awesome Barstools Bourbon one with our logo, too. I'm
Very
just
cool.
a slacker and totally left that one at home.
She also made one, for the Barstools Bourbon and C&O.
Yeah, but I've been rocking them here at Copper Now.
Yeah, and then she forgot ours, so whatever. All right, let's get to well, I'll tell you what. So before we introduce bourbon, what's going on here at C&O?
Well, you know how the past few years they've been doing the superlatives in town.
Yep.
The Advocate Messenger does
That's
best in business.
That's like most likely to succeed, best looking. Oh no, that's high school. That's high school. Sorry.
Yeah, this is a little different.
One of ours was most likely to do anything for $1.
That you?
It did not make the yearbook. It was edited by the staff.
Oh my
Bad.
gosh.
It was so bad.
That's really funny though.
Yeah, it really was.
So Danville and Stanford, the papers here do a best in business, and we just received the email this week. Copper and Oak has been named 2020 Best Restaurant,
Nice.
Best Cocktails,
Nice.
and Best Burger.
That's
So,
trifecta.
Trifecta.
Very, very, very cool.
It was really not. It was nice to hear that because all the behind the scenes work, we work nonstop, days off or not days off, and did all that we could just to bring an experience to Danville.
Awesome.
And it's all paying off.
Love it.
It's the best.
Love it. That is very
Thank
cool.
you,
Congrats.
all the voters in Danville.
Absolutely. Congrats to all the staff here at Copper and Oak for all that you do. I spend way too much time here, just a little bit, yeah. And it's hard for me not to get that smoked old fashioned.
It's so good.
It's so good.
So good.
It's so good. So, well, that's awesome. I'm absolutely loving it. We got two excellent, well, I was going to say two excellent bourbons, but one's a whiskey. And it's not even a rye. It's like a straight up whiskey. The mash bills are secret over at Michter's, and it's Michter's. I always have the worst time trying to pronounce it.
Everyone pronounces it different.
It's like Michter's.
Michter's.
It's Michter's. Because I even watched the video just to be sure.
Look at you preparing.
I know. I try to do my work. This is the Kentucky Straight Bourbon. This is my personal bottle, and it has been dipped into a couple times.
A couple times. I haven't even seen it.
Oh, it's very, very cool.
I mean, seen this bottle.
Yeah, it's I really like this bourbon. It just really hits all the notes. It is, I believe, it is a rye bourbon and not a wheated. So you're gonna get that kind of herbal type of finish on it and everything else. They don't give us mash bills and stuff, so I'm kind of disappointed with that. I wish they would do a little bit more with that. The thing that I thought was cool that Michter's is doing is they have metal warehouses in Louisville for their rickhouses, right? Mm-hmm. And through the wintertime, they actually close the louvers, heat the warehouses, and then open the louvers and let it cool. And so they're basically creating more aging seasons,
right?
In their warehouses, which I thought was pretty cool. I don't know how much kind of effect it has, but
that's nothing. I don't know how I feel about that. It's the same thing. We just talked about the sourcing the other day.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really better or worse. It's just different.
Yep.
So
and everybody's got their own thing.
Everybody
anymore.
has their own thing.
Yep. Everybody's trying to distinguish
I'm gonna look into
themselves.
that. That's interesting.
But if it helps it get in, because they're talking about it getting into all the capillaries of the wood.
Yeah. Well.
So they are using toasted barrels before they char. So that I like that because WTD does that. That seems to have a nice effect. This one's nice. It's very, very low alcohol on the nose. Mm-hmm. I get a lot of vanilla up front, and I get some of that char as well.
Me too. It's very on the nose. It's bright to me. It's caramely, vanilla, maybe a little bit of fruit.
Let me tell you, they always say that first sip is the throwaway sip.
That one was not.
That was not.
I'm over here wondering why I don't have more of this at home.
This Michter's for me. First time I had this, I bought it when I was in Nashville, and I just grabbed it because I needed one. And I sat in a hotel room looking over Nashville and was as impressed as I could be with this bottle. It really, really is good bourbon.
And retail,
it's not that bad. I mean, it's like
expensive.
$50 somewhere in that ballpark.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of what we do is that mid-range kind of stuff.
Yep.
Not the crazy. We're not unicorn chasing. I'm not into all that kind of mess.
If I find it, I think it's great, and if I do, we share the wealth. Like.
Yep. I'm getting those dried fruits, those stone fruits
100%.
on the nose. I stole your stone fruits, by the way.
Yeah.
It's just really, really nice. This is a well-rounded bourbon. Nice, medium palate,
Very
a medium
sweet.
body. It is.
Like,
it's got a
like
lot of
honey sweet.
Yep. This is one of the ones that, when I talk about a bourbon that's got some sweetness to it, sometimes it's like sweet notes, almost like a watered down honey or something like that.
Yeah.
This one has, it's predominantly sweet.
It is, like
It's-
start to finish.
It is a nice sip.
It seems like there's some like peppery notes on the end. Some of that rye spice, but it's nothing. It doesn't overpower the sweetness by any means.
Yep.
There's no Kentucky hug. Like this is just a
Right.
really.
It's a well-balanced.
Kind of upset I haven't drank this more often.
This is a well-balanced bourbon. For me, I think this one is actually underrated for where it's at.
100%. Like, you promote your favorites and things like that. And this has never been one that I've went to just because. But that's going to change because this is a very good, I think it's an easy drinker.
Yep.
Like for ones who are new into the whiskey world, they don't want something harsh. They don't want that big Kentucky hug.
Right.
This is a wonderful one for that.
Yeah, this really, I really do enjoy this. This is a nice casual sip. If you're looking for miles of complexity, you want to drill down into the entire flavor wheel of bourbon.
Probably not.
It's probably not your bourbon.
Yeah.
There are other bourbons out there for that. But if you enjoy bourbon and you're not just an entry level, then this Michter's small batch is probably one you need to try out if you haven't tried it already. I really do enjoy it. So the next one, this is a whiskey, so they can't even. It's called their original sour mash. This one, I think it was Whiskey of the Year by some governing body. I can't even remember who it was now. But they won this Whiskey of the Year in 2019. It was the first time that American whiskey had actually won Whiskey of the Year by this group. And I'll put it down at the bottom, whatever. But it's the Michter's. Everything they do is small batch. They're like their tubs where they blend can only hold 20 barrels at a time. So everything for them is small batch.
Everything is small batch.
Everything is small batch for them. And so they do a lot of blending. They go in low proof. So they add their water before.
I was wondering what the proof was on this.
Yeah, and I don't even.
This one has to be
It has
low.
to say it.
91.4.
Yep.
Okay. That one's rolling.
And this
in
is
it.
actually lower. This is 86.
Oh my goodness.
But they go into the barrel. I think this one goes into the barrel like at 102 or 103 or something like that. So they're going in really, really low.
Okay.
Which allows even the water that they've added to be able to age and take on those characteristics. It's a difference between adding it before the barrel or after the barrel. The interesting thing is when you do that, it's a whole lot more expensive because it's cheaper to age higher proof bourbon than lower proof because it literally requires more barrels. So WTD also does the same thing. It's almost like WTD.
Can you quit crushing on them so hard this morning?
I can't help it. It's so funny because every single time I turn around and I look at what is really standing out with great bourbons, WTD's doing. They're tapping into all of it. Whether it's the low proofing, whether it's the toasted barrels, all of it. They are just right on the money. And so this is a virgin bottle for me. So we're gonna let's see if we can get it. Oh,
You got the
that
pop. You
got
got
a
the
beautiful cork pop on that. So you haven't had this either, correct?
No, I have not. This is an actual first taste.
I know they say we should probably let it open up or air out or whatever, but whatever.
Well, you can for 2 seconds, and I'll tell you a joke I just heard.
Oh, that smells so
Pay attention to me.
good. Okay. Needy much?
Good.
Oh
Look at
my
Graham's
gosh.
face.
Wow.
Pay attention to me. God.
Sound like the women in my life. Lord have mercy.
Do you want to hear my joke?
Let's hear you joke, good Lord.
All right, Nicole just told me this, and it was great because it's I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway. I told you, the connection is not there. I can't formulate a sentence.
She's so short-circuiting.
Yeah. I don't know. I need a vacation, maybe. I don't know. Okay. What is the best way to cook an alligator? Graham?
I'll let Graham do this one. I literally have no idea.
I'm not sure.
In a crock pot.
I tell you my pumpkin joke?
No.
How do
you didn't even laugh at mine.
How do you fix a broken pumpkin? With a pumpkin patch. so bad.
I'm done.
It's so bad.
All right.
Okay. So
This is a little different.
Yep. Well, it's a whiskey. It's not a rye. It's just a straight whiskey. So I don't know what the mash bill is because they keep it all secret, Michters.
Are you yelling at someone on
Yes,
camera?
I'm yelling
Jeremy,
at the camera.
that is unbecoming. You yell at them in private.
That's too funny. It's true. It's too funny.
Okay.
Look, more alcohol on the nose.
Yes.
I'm
This
getting more
nose is a lot
spice.
more bold.
Yep, a lot more spice on this one. I wonder what they're
Still
using
some
for.
caramels in there, but it's
Yep.
the caramels and like the baking spices. Like this one's a lot more in your face.
Yep, it's a
It's-
lot sharper
It
on the nose with
is.
this.
The other one was very like easygoing.
This side gets the sweet, this side gets the spicy today. I don't know what the thing is, but that's what's going on with my
Is
nose.
that what's happening?
That's what's happening. All right,
I'm gonna taste it.
Doughy.
100%.
Doughy. And it has nothing to do with sourdough, sour mash, whatever. It doesn't mean that. But it tastes like much more that rye baking spice that it tastes doughy.
To me, it's like sweet corn forward.
Yep.
Like it's very. It's interesting.
This is nice. I like this. And even at the lower proof, it still tastes really good. There's a lot of
That's
depth
the
to
thing.
it.
Wait, I guess that's why these are so easy drinking. I didn't even realize until just a minute ago how low the proofs were on them. Because I'm always drinking a cast strength of some sort.
Well, and yeah, I'm turning into a bit of a bottled and bond snob myself. And I guess that happens. But it's got a nice tannin finish. Got a little bit of pepper going on back there.
It's not as sweet as the other.
Definitely
It's-
not as sweet.
There's some caramel.
Hmm.
Some.
The stone fruits aren't there on this one.
No, this one's not fruity
This is
at all.
This is
It's like
replaced by the dough.
the corn you can definitely
Yep.
distinguish in this one. And then the spices start to hit you like mid palate.
Yep. That's why I'm 100%. I mean, I'm right with you on this.
Did you
whole
just
thing.
say I was right about something? Do it again, do it again.
Well, she agrees with me, whether we're
Oh,
right or wrong.
God.
Whether we're right or wrong.
I said, do it again, do it again.
There's someone at Michter is going, what the heck are they talking about? This is like
It's like a
old-
sibling I never
old
want.
socks and whatever in the distillation. I can't even talk this morning.
It's the sibling thing. Is it wearing off on
It
you?
really is. It must be.
Telling you.
But this is nice. So, I would really like to see this at a higher proof.
I
This
know,
would be
me too.
fun. This would be fun at a higher proof. Put this at a bottled and bond, Michter's.
Are you not going to yell at them and cost them again?
I won't. I already did that once. Now it's time for love. But put this at a higher proof, maybe a bottled and bond. This would be fun.
Yeah.
Especially going in low proof at a bottle and then bottle it at 100.
It's really good. It's interesting to me.
Yep.
Like, how everyone's palate's different. I always lean towards the high rise and the rise.
Spicy.
Spicy.
I'm smooth.
Oh.
She's like all and I'm like Rico Suave.
Did he just... Graham, did he just really say that?
That's right.
Rico Suave.
It's Rico Suave. Enrique Iglesias.
I'm walking out. I'm walking out. Like we're done.
That's it.
Cut. Is that how you do it? Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's so going in the video.
I'm like that mom in Modern Family. What's her name? The one that's always yelling.
Sophia Vergara or whatever it is.
Yes, and she's always yelling.
It's like
You can always hear her.
Are you mad? I don't know. My favorite line is from that movie, and it actually has to do with Realtor and like the one guy, my two loves multifamily and residential real estate.
Oh my God.
But my favorite line, he's ripping the neighbor and getting some stuff done because she's causing trouble with the HOA, and he just goes through the whole thing, and he's just reading her the riot act, blah 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 blah, and she goes, "What are you, some kind of real estate agent?" And Sophia goes, "No, he's a realtor. There's a difference somehow." And I'm like, yes. I'm a realtor. There's a difference somehow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh! But this is really nice. It's got that sharpness that you would expect from a whiskey.
Yes.
It certainly does. My guess is they're flavoring it with a healthy dose of rye, but it's not enough to be. I guess it's not enough to be able to be called a rye. So there's something else. Maybe it's like a lot of malted barley in there. That could do it.
The peat, all that. Okay, so for me, I really do like this. This would be one of my every once in a while. It'd be nice to pull off the shelf. It would make a nice old fashioned. I think it could stand up to it.
I think so.
Because it does have the spice all the way through. Like on the nose, mid palate, the finish, it's there. This one would be more of my go-to. Like I could pour this at any point in time
and just sit down with it
and be happy with it.
That is exactly what I've been doing with this bourbon, because I didn't add it to my shelf until about this last summer. And
that's all you drink in a summer?
No. This, but it's
drinking a day.
They have meetings for that. But ever since I bought this bottle, it's just been every time I go to pull something off the shelf, I just keep looking back at the Michters, and I'm like, well, I had that last time. I'm like, it's just that good. I mean, it
is good.
It is a lower proof. I mean, it's not 100, and that's fine. You don't always need to be there, but this is a good bourbon. I really enjoy this one, and so I think they're doing good work. I like the sour mash too.
I do too.
Now, for me, this would be my favorite.
That would be my go-to.
Yeah,
but that's the thing. It all depends on everybody's palate.
Right.
Some people, this might be their,
Yep.
their pride and joy right here. And that's last night we were talking about that. We just got in a bottle of 1792 single barrel, which is hard to come by.
Yeah.
And so we had that last night, and 9 times out of 10, Barton's products are not my go-to.
Right.
Their full proof is okay, but like the small batch, it's never been my go-to.
It's not been
It's just not my thing.
Right.
But that single barrel was good.
Yep.
And so it just all depends on everybody's palate. It's all totally different.
And a lot of times what day it is, what you had to eat, what's going on.
And that's the thing.
Your biochem can change. Things can be off with your
If
palate.
you don't feel good, if you have a broken bone, if you anything,
Yep.
you
Things
taste
can be
completely
off.
different.
Things can be off.
So that's a lot of it. I've had things like, do you know, and this is a moment of humbling. I don't do this often because I have a princess complex. Whew.
Pay attention. Alert. All right, here we go.
So, no. Willet products.
Yep.
Their family reserve rye, love.
Yep.
Love it. The 3 and 4 year, love it. But their pot still, I've always been like, meh, no thank you.
People love to hate on the pot still.
But my deal was, it was too citrusy, it was too something that it wasn't for me. Tried it again the other night, and I was like, this is good.
Yeah.
This is good. And I was like, I can't believe I spent all this time avoiding it because the first impression of me wasn't a good one.
Right.
But now things have kind of changed.
Well, it's like folks who hate on who hate on chill filtered, because these are both chill filtered. I did a lot of research on chill filtering this last week. It's really cool because it's a process. When you add water to some bourbons or some even whiskeys that aren't chill filtered or don't have some other processes done to them, it turns them cloudy.
Correct.
And so it's off-putting to the eye. First of all, I talked to some master distillers, some people who own distilleries in the last week. Bad eyes.
Oh my God! Stop. You love him.
He got his haircut this week, so it's cool.
He did get his
Finally
haircut.
got his haircut. He got his COVID hair gone. But the one thing he said was, look, he said, yes, it's off-putting to the eye, but it doesn't affect flavor. Because we had one of our friends who had a bottle who it's called flocking, and it flocked, and I'm like, what the flock is going on there? And it looked horrible. I mean, it was like all cloudy, everything. It was really bad. And he sending me a picture of it, and I was like, dude, I got to find out what's going on with this. And so chill filtering is one of the ways they keep that from happening. Well, everybody likes to hate on chill filtering, blah blah blah. Well, they did a tasting of chill filtered and non-chill filtered bourbons for taste. They went all the way down the line, and guess what the results were? 50-50. So basically, it was a coin flip whether or not anybody could tell the difference between chill filtering or not. So everybody likes to hate on it, but the reality is, it doesn't seem to have that much of a difference on flavor. So there you go. End of the day, Michter's every day. This one I'll pick up. When this bottle goes empty, there will be another bottle on my shelf. This one will kind of hang around probably for a while. Do a casual sipper every once in a while. Someone likes a little something different, a little something spicy.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely. All right. Anything else? I think we covered the bases.
Graham, how much time did we just waste?
Oh my gosh, probably 30 minutes.
23 minutes.
Oh, that's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Y'all, thank you so much for joining us. She gets to homeschool. I got to go edit video. But thank you all for joining us. We'll see you all in 2 weeks. See ya.